You think Hulk or Thor is the strongest Avenger? Think again. Today, we're ranking the 10 strongest Avengers in Marvel Comics, but strictly in their standard base form. No cosmic power-ups, no Phoenix Force, and no temporary godlike transformations. Just their true Earth 616 power. And the hero taking number 1 on this list? Marvel literally describes his power as equal to 1,000,000 exploding suns. Starting things off at number 10. Iron Man Tony Stark doesn't have superpowers. He's just a genius who decided that the solution to basically every problem was building an even bigger suit of armor. And honestly, it worked. Iron Man's standard armor gives him superhuman strength, durability, flight, energy weapons, advanced sensors, and an absurd amount of technology. Over the years, Tony has built armor capable of fighting enemies way above his normal weight class, going up against Hulk-level opponents, alien armies, and even cosmic threats. But that's also why he's only number 10. We're talking about Tony's normal, everyday armor here, not the specialized suits he builds for specific cosmic threats. Compared to the monsters coming up on this list, Iron Man is simply outgunned. Still, for a human guy with no natural superpowers, number 10 is pretty damn impressive. At number 9, we've got Vision. Vision is one of those Avengers who looks deceptively simple on paper. He's a synthezoid with superhuman strength, durability, flight, energy projection, and one ability that makes him an absolute nightmare to fight. He can control his density. Vision can become incredibly heavy and durable, or become completely intangible and phase straight through solid matter, which means traditional durability doesn't always help against him. You can be stronger and tougher than Vision, but if he simply phases through your defenses, none of that necessarily matters. And unlike some characters on this list, Vision doesn't need a temporary transformation to become dangerous. This is just what he can normally do. That's enough for number 9. Number 8 is Namor, the Submariner. Technically, Namor isn't always an Avenger, but he has been an official member of the team in Marvel Comics. Namor has been around since 1939, making him one of Marvel's oldest superheroes, and he is ridiculously strong. On land, Namor is already powerful enough to fight characters like the Thing and hold his own against Marvel's heaviest hitters. He's even gone toe-to-toe with Thor and fought the Hulk. But the closer he is to the ocean, the more dangerous he becomes. In water, he's stronger, faster, and far more difficult to put down. With centuries of combat experience behind him, Namor is a true warrior. But even Namor starts looking small compared to the next few names. Number 7, Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers is one of the most powerful Avengers on Earth. In her standard form, she has superhuman strength, speed, durability, flight, and enormous energy projection abilities. One of her biggest advantages is that she can absorb certain forms of energy and use that energy to increase her own power. She's fought massive cosmic threats and survived situations that would completely destroy most superheroes. And here's the important part. We are not counting her binary transformation, as that's a separate power state. This is Carol at her normal level. Even without binary, she's still powerful enough to make almost every conventional superhero look completely outclassed. Number 6 is Adam Brashear, better known as Blue Marvel. If you only know the MCU, you probably haven't heard of him, which is a shame because Blue Marvel is one of the most powerful heroes Marvel has ever put on Earth. He's a brilliant physicist whose powers are tied directly to antimatter. That gives him enormous strength, invulnerability, speed, energy manipulation, and the ability to operate in environments that would kill virtually anyone else. Blue Marvel has fought cosmic-level threats that would end most heroes' careers in a single encounter. Most importantly, he doesn't need a special transformation. This is basically his normal operating level. He is easily one of Marvel's most underrated heavy hitters. Number 5 is Doctor Strange. Strange isn't going to win a physical strength contest against Hulk, but he doesn't need to because he fights on a completely different axis. As one of Earth's greatest sorcerers, he spent decades fighting demons, extra-dimensional entities, gods, and cosmic threats like Dormammu and Shumagorath. These aren't enemies you defeat by punching harder. Strange can manipulate energy, create magical barriers, teleport, warp dimensions, bind supernatural beings, and exploit metaphysical weaknesses. But there's a catch. Strange's greatest victories often depend on preparation, knowledge, and strategy. So while he's one of the most versatile Avengers ever, he takes number 5. Number 4, Scarlet Witch. Wanda isn't the strongest person physically. She doesn't hit harder than Hulk or possess Thor's physical durability. But Wanda has something much more dangerous. Reality manipulation. Her chaos magic can alter probability, manipulate minds, control energy, and at her standard peak, rewrite reality itself. We saw just how terrifying that is during M-Day, when her famous declaration of no more mutants fundamentally reshaped mutant kind across the entire Marvel universe. If Hulk attacks you, you have to survive the Hulk. But Wanda can potentially attack the fundamental rules that determine what you are in the first place. Number 3, the Hulk. Hulk's strength has no clearly established upper limit. The angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he becomes. He has traded blows with Thor, fought Marvel's most powerful cosmic beings, and survived attacks that would obliterate almost any other Avenger. We're not using World Breaker Hulk as a separate amp here. This is Hulk's standard power set where his strength naturally scales with his rage. That is what makes him so terrifying. You don't just have to beat Hulk, you have to put him down before he gets exponentially stronger. Very few physical powerhouses in Marvel can realistically stand with him. Number 2, Thor. Thor has been one of Marvel's ultimate heavy hitters for decades. As the son of Odin and Frigga, he is an Asgardian god with immense strength, godlike durability, centuries of combat experience, and power over lightning and storms. He's fought the Hulk, battled Celestials, survived cosmic-level devastation, and performed strength feats in a class of his own. Unlike purely physical brawlers, Thor combines godly physical power with weather manipulation, divine energy projection, and his mystical Asgardian arsenal. That ridiculous combination easily secures him number 2. But who is stronger than Thor? Number 1, Robert Reynolds, the Sentry. Sentry combines superhuman strength, speed, flight, energy projection, godlike regeneration, and molecular manipulation. He can manipulate matter on a fundamental level and survive catastrophic destruction. In World War Hulk, Sentry and Hulk pushed each other until both were completely exhausted. The biggest factor setting Sentry apart is that he can constantly regenerate from total annihilation. Thor is a god, Hulk scales with anger, Wanda warps reality, and Strange commands magic. But Sentry's standard power set combines all of those elements with molecular control, giving him one of the highest baseline ceilings in Marvel's Earth, 616. And that's my ranking. 10 of the strongest Avengers in Marvel Comics using their standard Earth, 616 powers. The biggest debate isn't even number 1. It's the gap between these characters. Can Hulk eventually become strong enough to beat Sentry? Can Scarlet Witch rewrite reality before Sentry overwhelms her? Could Doctor Strange defeat someone physically stronger through magic and preparation? That's where Marvel power scaling gets completely insane. So now I want to hear your ranking. Who did I put too low? And more importantly, who did I leave out? Drop your ranking in the comments. And if you want to see what happens when we remove the standard power level rule and rank these characters at their absolute strongest versions ever, let me know. Because Sentry isn't necessarily staying at number 1.